Now, Acting Health Minister Mmamoloko Kubayi says now that funding has been finalized, more vaccines will be administered during weekends. In Gauteng, the private sector has already been inoculating people over weekends. Heidi Giokos is in Sandton to see if people are making use of private facilities. Heidi, we know that the government has actually opened up for more age groups now to get more people inoculated. Are people using this opportunity over the weekend to come there where you are?
Yes, certainly, Maseko. I must say that it is very busy here at the Discovery vaccination site here in Sandton. And we do understand that this vaccination site operates until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to ask my cameraman, Teddy, to just show you how busy it actually is. Even driving in, there was quite a long queue of vehicles waiting to get into their vaccination sites. What's also very important to note is that the Department of Health has indicated that all private vaccination sites should allow walk-ins for the groups that are eligible, so 60 and above, 50 and above, and as of the 1st of August, we understand those between 35 to 49 years old will also be eligible to get the vaccine, as registrations for that cohort will open up on the 15th of July. But what you're seeing now is the vaccination section where everybody gets vaccinated. Of course, there's a whole process. You come in, you get screened. They make sure that you are registered on the electronic vaccination data system. And what's interesting about this particular vaccination site, Discovery's vaccination site, is that it's 2 floors. So what you see at the bottom is also replicated on the floor that we are on at the moment. And this is all in attempt to get as many people vaccinated as possible. We do know that there's an urgency, Maseko, to get people vaccinated due to this Delta variant, and we've seen the efficacy of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine that the country is currently administering, its effectiveness against severe COVID-19 and the limit on hospitalization once a person is vaccinated. So it's encouraging to see so many people heeding the call to come and get this vaccine.
Maybe, Heidi, if you could give us a breakdown as well of the numbers in terms of how many people have been inoculated nationwide, as well as, the difference between private and public sector with this drive.
Yes, certainly. So what's interesting here is that in the last 3 to 4 days, Maseko, is the country has been meeting new targets almost every single day except yesterday. We do know that they are nearing the 200,000 vaccines administered per day. On Thursday, it was 191 vaccines administered per day. Yesterday, it was about 170,000 vaccines administered per day. We are now over the 4 million mark of people vaccinated. But it's important to note that only over 1 million have been fully vaccinated. So that means people who have received 1 dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and those who have received 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. So there is still a very long way to go, but it is encouraging, and it seems as though the health department says that now that more medical graduates have been placed, this is going to boost the support in healthcare facilities, especially in vaccination sites. We know that the Acting Health Minister Mmamoloko Kubayi says that by the 1st of August they are going to increase capacity significantly over weekends in public vaccination sites, and they are hoping that by the end of next week, Maseko, they will target 250,000 vaccines per day. The President says he wants 300 vaccines per day, so hopefully we'll be able to meet that target, but we do know more vaccines are on the way. By August, we would have had 3 million Pfizer vaccines, and we know that currently we have 18 days of stock, but that doesn't mean we need to panic because more vaccines are on the way. So there is definitely an attempt to ramp up the drive to vaccinate as many people as possible, and of course private sector has a huge role to play as they are operating over weekends.